Hi, welcome to this special edition of Peak Life on Scene. I'm Jim Hazel, and December 9th, 1775 was the Battle of Great Bridge. And we commemorate that almost every year here in Chesapeake, and with us to help keep that alive is Jon Stull. Thanks for coming, Jon.
Happy to be here.
Now, Jon, I know the battle was on the 9th, but we're gonna commemorate it on the
4th. We have a ceremony at 11 on the 4th at the monument to commemorate those who stood for our liberties at the Battle of Great Bridge. And then later that day, or concurrently, there'll be people set up in the park across the canal that will have artisans, colonial works. There'll be a military encampment and a makeup of the British fort. And then each day, both Saturday and Sunday, there'll be a reenactment of the battle.
Now, why do you think it is important that we take the time out and really volunteer once again at the Battle of Great Bridge?
Well, I think it's important for two reasons. One is it's important that those who live in the area understand the history of the area. It may explain a lot of why things are the way they are now. But more importantly, this particular battle was a turning point for Virginia. Before this time, and even during the battle, we considered ourselves British subjects, didn't want our independence, but wanted to protect ourselves from abusive authority. But because of the outcome of this battle, the Virginians start to change their mind and start to think in terms that their protection lies with themselves and on the Patriot side. So they stood for independence the following summer, July 1776.
What do you think visitors get from or take away from actually getting that kind of close to it, where you can actually smell the powder?
Well, one thing that always comes to mind, of course, with the story itself, because we work at the museum as docents, and they'll undoubtedly go through the museum and say, well, I had no idea. Well, this gives them an idea. Mm-hmm. And then having a reenactment makes that a fuller experience, puts it into context. The smell of powder, the commands, the rate of battle, the rate of march, much slower than what many people consider now for battle.
And there's main characters too. There's specific people that...
Oh, there's many main characters. In particular, there'll be interpretations of Colonel Woodford, who was the Patriot commander, Lord Dunmore, who was the... Well, and we get that response. The Lord Dunmore, who was the royal governor, of which the Redcoats were sent on his behalf to enforce his rule here in Great Bridge. But also, there'll be others. Billy Flora, who was an advanced scout on the Patriot side. The marshals, both the dad, Tom, and John Marshall, who goes on to be the longest-serving Chief Justice of the United States Supreme Court. So many of these characters will be here, but more importantly, you'll get a sense for what colonial life was like. The encampments, they'll be sleeping and eating what they would have had 246 years ago. The Youth Virginia Regiment will have an encampment that also has the crafts that would be made, children's games, things that would be of great interest. And then there'll be a few sutlers who will sell artifacts of items that perhaps some of us would buy to
Right.
demonstrate the interpretation of those times.
So the battle happens twice and at two different times. Let's get that straight.
Well, we want to do that. Of course, in history, there's only one battle,
Yep.
but for our sake, on the Saturday, it'll happen at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and on Sunday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Excellent.
And I'm hoping it's the same result both times.
And the British are coming.
They are coming.
All right, so join us then, and we'll see you next time on Peak Life, but don't miss the battle.
Huzzah!